Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Gukesh and Vocaturo. This is a game from the Chess Olympiad 2022. Did you know that Gukesh won the gold medal as the best individual board #1 player with 9 out of 11 points? Gukesh had white pieces and he started with d4. Vocaturo played knight to f6. c4, e6, knight to f3, the queen's gambit, knight to c3, c5, the Tarrasch defense, c takes on d5, c takes on d4, queen takes on d4, e takes on d5, bishop to g5, pinning the knight, unpinning. If knight to c6, attacking the queen, one line goes like this: bishop takes on f6, knight takes on d4, bishop takes queen, knight to c2 check, king to d2, knight takes rook, bishop to h4, and white is better. Back to our game. Vocaturo unpinned with bishop to e7, e3, castling, rook to d1, bishop to e6, queen to a4, asking a question. Bishop takes knight, removing the defender of the d5 pawn. Bishop takes on f6, knight takes on d5, bishop takes on d5, queen to b5, bishop takes on b2, rook takes on d5, bishop to c3 check, king to d1, queen to e7. At this stage, black king is safer than the white king. The game continued. Bishop to c4, knight to a6, king to e2, rook from a to c8. If knight to c7, then rook to d7. After knight takes queen, rook takes queen. Back to our game. Rook from a to c8, queen to b3, knight to b4. Bishop to f6 should have been considered. Back to our game. Knight to b4, rook to f5, bishop to f6, rook to b5, a5, sacrificing the pawn, rook takes pawn, knight to c6, rook to b5, and now b6, a little trap, bishop to d5, not falling for it. If in this position rook takes on b6, then knight to a5. Back to our game. After b6 we have bishop to d5, knight to a7, rook takes on b6, rook to c3, queen to b1, queen to c5, rook to d1, developing the rook just in time. Rook to c2 check, king to f1, rook to d8, knight to e1, rook to c3. White move. What is the best square for the bishop on d5? Or perhaps white should play e4. What would you do in this position if you had white pieces? Are you ready to see the move? Gukesh played bishop takes pawn on f7 check. Kaboom! King to f8. What's wrong with taking the bishop? If king takes bishop, what happens then? Then white removes the defender of the rook on d8 with check. After rook takes on f6 check, then king takes rook, and then rook takes rook. Back to our game. That is why Vocaturo played king to f8, bishop to h5, knight to c6. If rook takes on d1, then bishop takes on d1. Back to our game. After bishop to h5, we have knight to c6. Rook takes rook check, bishop takes rook, queen to g6, nothing serious, just threatening checkmate. Queen to c4 check, king to g1, king to e7. Not a good spot for the king, is it? White played a move and black resigned, and the move is rook to b7 check. play with the black pieces resigned. If bishop to c7, rook takes bishop check. After king to d8, queen to d6, checkmate, and what else? After check, if the king goes to f8, then queen to g7, checkmate. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.